Okay, so last week I recently had a friend apply for a leadership position out at his work. Like usual, there's always those people who doubt people who are applying for leadership positions. They think they can't take on the responsibilities, they're not going to be a good leader, and they just don't have the qualities for it. However, I believe in Taylor because he's an extrovert. He's always good with people, he's very friendly, he's outgoing, which leads me to today's topics on how I believe extroverts make better leaders than introverts. Looking back to all of my previous management I've had, all the good management I've had been extroverts. For those who don't know, an introvert is someone who is shy and enjoys spending time alone. That source was found on the Webster Dictionary. On Healthline, they say that you can always find introverts by themselves because that is how they re-energize themselves after being around a huge group of people. Whereas extroverts on the Webster Dictionary says that they are unreserved people. They're always near a crowd. You can always find them with other people. Healthline says that is how they get their energy. They get their energy off of other people who they're around. On a few websites I found it had 8 qualities of a good leader and it had 15 qualities of a bad leader. So here are a few of the qualities of leaders that I found. It says that a good leader shows sincere enthusiasm. So you always know that they actually want to be there, that they enjoy doing what they're doing. And you can usually tell when someone has fake enthusiasm and they have fake excitement. They also have good integrity. So they always give the proper credit to who needs it and who actually deserves the credit. A good leader also has good communication skills. They're always willing to come find you. They should be open to anyone to come talk to them. A good leader should also have loyalty and making sure that everyone has the proper tools they need to succeed, that everyone is trained correctly. Good leaders should also have good decisiveness. They should be able to take risks and hold themselves accountable. They should be able to ask others for opinion and be open. Good leadership should also have self-empowerment. They should have faith and lead in themselves, so that way they can lead their employees to have faith in themselves, to believe that they can do things as well. A good leader should also have charisma. They should be easily approached, and they should also be able to accept that they don't know everything, but that they must also have that desire to want to learn. A good leader must be able to go outside of their comfort zone, and they must be able to accept different changes to improve their team. A good leader must also have good commitment to their team. They must be flexible with their approach because no same person is taught the same way. They must be acceptable for new ways to teach others. Here are a few of the most important ones I found. With going off of a few different traits and qualities of introverts and extroverts, I found that extroverts are more outgoing, so they're willing to talk to others. They're willing to bring up issues first, and they make friends easily with anyone, so people want to talk to them. Whereas introverts, they're more observant, and they're quiet, and they'd rather be by themselves, so it is harder for you to find them, and they're more self-sufficient, so they'd rather work by themselves than in a team. A good leader should also be willing to go out of their comfort zones. And more extroverts, they're very outgoing, so they don't have they don't have a lot of comfort zones. They're willing to go out and do different things. They aren't afraid to take the risks, and they'll easily be able to find different ways to change the things that they don't like. Whereas introverts are more observant, so they like familiarity. They take more time to find things that aren't working as well because they want to find their best way to do it, so they take longer. decisiveness. Extroverts are easier at being decisive because they're more flexible. They think easier on the fly. Whereas introverts, they're more observant, they're self-concentrated, and they usually don't speak up. Introverts are usually one of the last people to talk about an issue, whereas an extrovert will be one of the first people to bring it up. One of my favorite quotes I found on Brainy Quotes is by John Maxwell. It goes, the pessimist complains about the wind, the optimist expects it to change, but the leader will change the sails. In conclusion, good leadership traits that extroverts have are they're very decisive, they're willing to leave their comfort zone, and they're very good with communicating with other people.